Well, hey, Change Chasers. Welcome back to the podcast that's all about growth in motion, chasing change with faith, with fire and focus. I'm Mandy, and today, y'all, we're diving deep into one of the most powerful metaphors that Jesus gave us, the vine and the branches. If you've ever felt like your growth is slow, that your change is stretching you, or that your purpose feels unclear, then hey, this episode is for you. And for me, sweet friends. So let's look at John chapter 15, verses 1 through 5. I'm going to share today from the NLT translation. It says this: I am the true grapevine, and my Father is the gardener. He cuts off every branch of mine that doesn't produce fruit, and he prunes the branches that do bear fruit so that they will produce even more. You have already been pruned and purified by the message I have given you. Remain in me, and I will remain in you. For a branch cannot produce fruit if it is severed from the vine, and you cannot be fruitful unless you remain in me. Yes, I am the vine, and you are the branches. Those who remain in me, and I in them, will produce much fruit, for apart from me, you can do nothing. And all the cool people say that's a word, right? Y'all, so let's break that down through the lens of being a change chaser. So jumping in right now, hot take number 1, abiding while chasing. As change chasers, we're not just chasing better habits or more success. We're chasing the kind of growth that actually transforms us from the inside out. Jesus said in this text, remain in me. Y'all, that means stay connected, stay rooted, stay dependent. Because apart from him, we can do nothing. No real, lasting, fruit-bearing change. Now, here's the paradox, though. We're chasing change, but at the same time, we're being invited to stay still in him. To abide doesn't mean to stop growing. It means to grow through him, not apart from him. You don't chase change by running faster. You chase change by staying closer. Hot take number 2, pruning isn't punishment. Say that again for the people in the back, right? And by people in the back, I mean that's me. Because sometimes in my life, y'all, I have felt the exact opposite. That, oh man, pruning hurts, right? Sometimes it does feel like punishment. Sometimes it feels more like a roadblock than that speed bump in a different scenarios, I'll say, in our lives. But for hot take number 2, with making the point that pruning isn't punishment, I'm going to say that I want to talk about the hard part of that verse. It says, he cuts off every branch that doesn't produce fruit, and he prunes the branches that do so that they will produce even more. Reality, real talk, we don't like pruning. It feels like loss. It feels like failure. But pruning is not punishment. It's preparation. God prunes things in your life, maybe be it your habits, relationships, maybe even your comforts, not to harm you, but to help you to grow in the right direction. Maybe the change you're chasing feels messy or even painful. But what if that's pruning? What if that's God's way of cutting back the things that are preventing you from growing into the man or the woman he has so sweetly called and created you to be? What if God is removing what's holding you back so that you can bear more fruit? You're not falling apart. You're being shaped. Hot take number 3, growing through grace. Here's what I love about Jesus' invitation. He's not asking us to strive. He's asking us to remain. Change chasers, I hope you'll listen with the whole idea of knowing that your personal growth isn't about how perfectly you perform. It's about how closely you stay. What I mean by that, I simply mean how closely you stay in His Word, how closely you stay in prayer, and how closely you even stay soft. And what I mean by that is the world will harden your heart if you let it. And so my encouragement is stay soft so that you can stay surrendered. Fruit happens as a result of connection, not control. If you're in a season where change feels slow, sweet friends, I got 3 words for you. Trust the vine. Trust the vine. Roots are growing even when you don't see fruit yet. The most important growth happens underground, where no one else sees. But that's where strength is built. Grace is the environment where your growth can thrive. And so for my closing encouragement for this episode, y'all, I want to give you our traditional C3 time. In this time, I want to challenge you. Will you please take 5 intentional minutes each day to simply abide? No agenda, no asking, just being with God. Sit in stillness. Breathe, listen, journal. Just rest in His presence. Think about connecting with God. Let that connection be the goal, not the outcome. Sound good, friends? I'm going to do it with y'all. And then bonus, you'll get a gold star on your chart somewhere. And I guess, who knows, storing up treasures in heaven. How about that? We're all game for that. You can show me if you accomplish these bonus points by reading John chapter 15, verses 1 through 5 each day. Those 5 verses each day, y'all. Spending 5 minutes with God, read those verses and just ask Father God to reveal in you whatever it is that He wants to speak through His word. Asking, what fruit are you growing in me right now? How sweet that will be. And I also want you to know, like I say, I'm also going to take this challenge on as well. I've been studying what it means to abide, so I'm very excited for what God's going to teach me in this time of intentionality. So again, for your C3 time this week, read John chapter 15, verses 1 through 5. Journal. No agenda. Just slow your roll. Be still with Father God and ask Him, God, what fruit are you growing in me right now? So, sweet friends, as a reminder from John 15, today, though, I want to wrap up by saying, let's stay connected to the vine. The vine is our source. Embrace the pruning. It's proof of your potential. It's not meant to harm us. It is meant to help us. And y'all, let's grow in grace. We do not have to grow in our hustle. Again, another reminder. I feel like this is something that in the last episode I needed to remind each of us about is that, hey, no matter if we're not where we exactly want to be, you are not behind. You're right on time. God's timing is always best. You're not broken. Sweet friends, you're being built up in the vine. You're becoming who you were always created to be. Isn't that sweet to stop and think about? You don't have to try harder, but I do want to encourage you. Trust deeper. All right, sweet friends, let's keep chasing change. Let's keep growing in grace. And never forget that your connection to Christ is your power. Until next time, may we stay rooted, stay ready, and stay expectant. The fruit is coming. He is the vine, and we are the branches. Apart from Him, we can do nothing. Let's keep chasing change. Let's keep living with purpose. Goodbye, sweet friends.